Everyone! And so, I believe na napanood nyo na yung vlog ko about my pregnancy journey. And today, I will be sharing with you my experience while I was giving birth. Okay? So, ever since I really dreamt of having my own child, I want to be a mom. And during 2023, I even considered, like, why not adopt a kid? But 2024, God has different plans for me. So, yeah, in 2024, May, I found out that I was pregnant with my baby boy, Eisen Lewis. Remember, when you get pregnant, you have to have a good communication with your partner. Ano ba yung birth plan mo? What do you wanna do? Gusto mo ba ng epidural? Gusto mo ba unmedicated? Gusto mo ba cesarean? Anong klaseng hiwa? Straight ba or paganyan? Bikini cut? It depends. So, it's up to you and your partner ano yung magiging decision ninyo during the delivery of your baby. You also need to know, you also need to discuss kung halimbawang emergency, sino ang ililigtas, yung mama ba o yung baby. So, may mga ganong usapan. Naging usapan kami ni Alexis when I was pregnant. So, at first, our discussion or our agreement ni Alexis is unmedicated, normal delivery. Which I did, by the way. But at first, I was hesitant kasi I was thinking, kaya ko ba? Siyempre, sobrang sakit. Hindi mo naman alam kung, I mean, of course, I'm a first-time mom, so hindi ko alam ano yung gagawin ko and all. So, what I did was to really, like, research how to do it, ano yung proper breathing techniques. I trained my mind na, okay, your body is made to do this. Kaya mo to. You just need to make sure na, yung breathing techniques. Tapos, iset mo sa mind mo na, kaya mo siya. Kasi, if pangungunahan ka ng takot, if you're going to be scared, then, your body will follow eh. So, you just need to make sure na, ready yung mind mo rin as well, aside from your physical body, no? On January 16, I had a flu. So, we went to the hospital since me and Alexis got a flu. So, we were both coughing, fatigue, fever, ganon. So, they gave me an IV fluid because I started to get dehydrated. But, we were sent home. Kasi hindi pa nga ako ready to give birth. Kumbaga, lagnat pa lang yun, ubo and all. But, on the night of January 19, we went back to the hospital. Kasi, I was having cramps already. Masakit na yung puson ko. Meron na akong mga little bleedings as well. Tapos, merong mucousy liquid na lumabas sa akin. So, parang siyang white mens. But, ang tawag nila doon is, ang tawag nila doon is mucus plug. Lumabas na siya. So, meron na akong parang bleeding. Tapos, mucousy talaga siya. Parang siyang sipon. Parang ganun. So, at the time when we went to the hospital, they did IE. So, yung IE, insert nila yung finger. And I was at 2 centimeters already. But, they told us to go home kasi nga, hindi pa ako ready. Kumbaga, may mga parang nagle-labor ako, pero hindi pa siya talaga time. So, the next day, January 20, we went back again. Kasi masakit na talaga siya. And I was bleeding na. Hindi ganun kadami yung bleeding, but yeah, meron na siyang mga dugo and cramps are really getting stronger. So I was finally admitted na they did an IE and still I am at 2 centimeters. So I was in labor. I have no sleep. I haven't eaten during my labor and the contractions were so painful. Grabe, ang sakit. And yung contraction during labor, masakit talaga. Literal na masakit. So, I got stuck at 2 centimeters and the doctor gave me an option na, okay, you want to, they have a term for that, but they popped my water bag. I forgot the term. So I said, okay. So pumayag naman ako. And she gave me a medication para mag-contract ako more. No, ma-help ako sa contraction. Finally, naging 4 centimeters siya. But it's taking so long. Every hour I asked the doctor or the nurse na parang, I need to poop, masakit talaga siya. And they told me na hindi nila ako pwedeng i-IE palagi kasi prone sa infection. But masakit talaga. Ikot puwet mo talaga, buong katawan mo, sobrang sakit. Yung sabi nilang 20 bones fractured na mafe-feel mo, parang ganun, parang mas malala pa. So, ginawa ko na lahat, tumayo, umupo sa bouncing ball, maglakad, humiga, but still the same, masakit. But yung feeling na parang napupupo ka, I told the nurse, I need to poop. So they gave me the basin to poop in the bed, but I can't. So sabi ko gusto ko sa banyo. But they told me na once na nasa toilet ka, don't push. But you know, when you want to poop, you want to push, right? So the nurse told me na, no, you cannot push. So I was like, okay. Then I went back to bed. They told me not to push because they said magkakaroon ako ng tear. But, you know, sometimes you cannot really stop yourself from doing it, from pushing. Kasi masakit talaga siya. Parang gusto mo na talagang ilabas. So, they gave me a happy gas, as they call it. Tama ba? Basta ganun. Parang oxygen siya, pero happy gas ang tawag nila. And they said nakakatulong daw yun. So, I don't know how it helped my body, but at some point, siguro nga nakatulong. So, and then, after that, January 19 ng gabi, parang yun na, nagle-labor na ako. Tapos, January 21, at 1 p.m., dun pa lang ako nagkaroon, dun pa lang naging 10 centimeters. No? So, dun pa lang ako naging ready to really push the baby. 1 p.m. So, imagine, January 19 ng gabi, hanggang January 21 ng 1 p.m. That's the time. That's, okay, you can push, sabi ng doctor. Okay, this is the time. We can push. So, I did push. Parang, alam mo yung para ka talagang pumupupo, natatae, parang ganon. So, I did. When he told me na, okay, ready, 10 centimeters na. So, I was like, okay. Talagang really, really, really ready to push. Ganun ka-level ng sakit na gusto mo nang ilabas. So, every contraction, he just told me na, okay, just push as if you're pooping. So, I did. Sumigaw ba ako? Hindi. Yung pag-push ko is really like, walang boses. Yun kasi din yung advice nila. And sabi nila, yun yung proper way of pushing the baby. So, yung iba napapasigaw, we don't judge them kasi of course, that's their way of course, yung way ng kanilang katawan. So, but what I did is like really just push and breathe and push like that. Imagine, I'm sick at the time. I have cough. And grabe, ang hirap huminga. Tapos, every minute na yung contraction. So, every contraction dapat mag-push. So, imagine yung feeling na out of breath ka na. Again, they told me like, okay, push. Yung ulo ng anak ko is like, lalabas, tas babalik na naman, lalabas, tas babalik. So, at that time, parang yung heartbeat niya is medyo nagkakaroon na ng problem. Parang nag-i-slow na yung heartbeat. So, the doctor told me na, okay, pag hindi pa to lumabas, we need to vacuum the head of the baby. So, I was like, okay. But in my head, I was just praying, Lord, I can do this. And again, training your mind again. So, at the time, I was telling myself, your body is made to do this. Your body can do this. So, you have to push. Yun yung tumatakbo sa isip ko at that time. So, talagang push to the highest level na pushing kahit hindi na ako makahinga. Kaya nagkaroon ng parang reddish yung eyes ko. Tapos parang naglabasan ng mga reddish spots dito sa face ko. Maybe because yun nga yung strain ng pag-push. And then finally, at 3 p.m., lumabas na ang aming uniko iho. exactly 3 p.m. Pinanganak ko siya. So, yeah, after delivering the baby, hindi ko pa rin siya ganun nahawakan. Si Alexis yung unang nakapag-skin to skin sa kanya. Kasi after delivering him, kailangan nila akong tahiin because I had a level 3 tear. So, level 3, umabot siya sa level 3. They have to stitch me. So, medyo matagal din. Parang umabot din sila ng 1 oras mahigit sa tatahi sa akin. No? So, at the time, nafe-feel ko ba yung tahi? Kasi walang anesthesia. Nafe-feel mo, pero parang yung body mo is like, okay, just do whatever you want. Ganun na yung feeling ko na, bahala na kayo. Gawin nyo na yung gagawin ninyo. Gusto ko nang mahawakan yung anak ko. Gusto ko nang makapagpahinga. Kasi imagine, January 19, nag-labor na ako. Tapos, wala akong kain, wala akong tulog. Ganun yung pagod. So yeah. Parang I think around 5 p.m. that's the time pa na naka-transfer kami sa room. Tapos, I only stayed there until 23 ng January. They said after giving birth, you have to start walking as well, you know, galaw-galaw ng katawan. So, which I did. They also told me to take a shower at the time, but you know, when you're in pain, you cannot really take a shower. So, they gave me a spray para i-spray mo siya doon sa iyong napkin. Or directly to your vagina. So I did use this spray. I actually still have it. Dermoplast. So, ito yung for pain. So, I just spray it. We also bought this Freedom Mom Perineal Relief Foam. In fairness, if you will ask me anong mas pipiliin ko sa dalawa, I will choose this. Kasi ibang level ng relief yung binigay niya sa akin. So, what I did is to just spray this sa aking napkin and then just put it. No? So, may cooling effect. Tapos, basta ibang level ng relief yung nabigay niya sa akin. But this is also good kasi mabilis din naman gumaling yung sugat ko dito. So, pareho to ginagamit ko at that time na nanganak ako. So yeah, I used both of those sprays para sa akin. Kasi again, yung pain, sobrang sakit talaga siya. That's why I really tried to really, use it. Matagal ba yung recovery ko? When we went home, siguro parang a week or 2, manas pa rin yung legs ko. So I was just really like, walking, trying to move, and then I made sure na naka-elevate yung legs ko kapag natutulog ako or nakahiga ako. It helped me. Medyo matagal lang talaga nawala yung manas, yung swollenness ng legs, but it's part of, recovery of your body. So, na-feel ko rin actually that time na parang, alam mo yung parang natatanggal yung tahi ng yung stitches mo at that time. Kasi nga, syempre, you have to move. Hindi ka naman pwedeng nakahiga lang. Of course, you have a little one to take care of. So, you really have to move. Sobrang sakit. Yun yung iniyak ko talaga. Dun talaga lumuha ako. Kasi during the labor, walang luha kahit nung delivery. Walang luha. Sumisigaw ako during the labor. But sabihin mo yung iyak na iyak dahil sa sakit. Yun yung dahil pagkatapos na akong nanganak. Dahil yung recovery masakit. Ewan ko sa iba ha, but for me, mas naramdaman ko yung sakit ng recovery. Kasi yung tahi, basta masakit talaga. Masakit. Masakit yung contraction, yes. Hindi ko nga naramdaman na lumabas na yung anak ko, pero doon ako binawian sa recovery. Masakit. Even pag uwi namin ng bahay, binuhat pa ako ni Alexis kasi hindi ko ma-move yung legs ko, hindi ko ma-step sa hagdanan. So, if you're going to ask me, itatry ko ba ulit? I guess, yes. Kasi ang sarap maging buntis, ang sarap na meron kang little one, meron kang little you or little partner mo. But maybe hindi pa soon. I will not close my door. Mamaya pala, after a year, mabuntis na ako. Pero, we'll see. Kasi, at the end of the day, ang important naman is you can bear a child, you can take care of your child, you can support for your child, and you have a partner that will help you all throughout the journey. Hindi ka bibigyan ng stress during pregnancy, hindi ka pababayaan during delivery and recovery. Kasi important yon na meron kang kasama. No? So, yeah, I guess that's it. Nakikita naman ninyo yung picture na ng anak ko. I'm starting to post him sa aming TikTok or sa Facebook ko, sa Instagram ko. Pinupost ko na siya kasi ibang level ng happiness yung binibigay niya sa akin. Someone told me, wag mong i-post kasi baka mausog or what. But at the end of the day, I just pray na ilayo siya sa mga bad eye. And I just want to share with you guys kung ano na yung development niya every month or every day. Mag-3 months na siya ngayong April 21. So, happy naman kami. Kasi lumalaki siyang strong. Tapos, grabe yung kanyang development. Well, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!